Hi and welcome to Cosmic Hamsters, where in this video we will be doing part 2 of the Q&A, which will be answering everybody's questions that they asked me over on Instagram. So let's get started. Okay, let's just jump straight in. First question, what is your favourite and why Syrian stroke dwarf hamster? I love my Syrian hamsters because, oh my god, this is just so difficult. But yeah, I love my Syrian hamsters because, I don't know, they're quite chunky to hold, if that sounds really weird. I just love interacting with them. The only experience I've got of dwarf hamsters is my Robo, Comet, and I love watching him and I can interact with him a little bit, especially when food's involved. But he's very much more of a just watch me hamster. But yeah, so they've got different things about them, but I think it's always going to be, if I could only have one species of hamster, I think it would be Syrian hamster, just because of the interaction I get with them. I love that. And I've always loved them since I was a kid, so yeah. So next question, what other pets would you love to have? Covered this in the YouTube Q&A. Dogs. dogs. I wish I could have a dog, but I'm just not well enough to. Hopefully one day. Yay to dogs. I would actually also like to have guinea pigs. I love watching Scotty's Animals, We Companions, and LA Guinea Pig Rescue. I would so love guinea pigs, but they just poop all day long. And that's just too much cleaning for me at the moment. I've got chronic illness, so yeah, energy is limited. So hamsters are great energy-wise sort of thing for me. But yeah, dogs and guinea pigs, yay! Still with the animal questions, somebody asked, favourite animal ever? I think if it was like a domesticated animal, it would probably be dogs. If it's like wild animals, I'm quite partial to the Przewalski horse, because I was lucky enough when I was a teenager, I got to go work for the Przewalski Horse Foundation in Rotterdam, and I got to see them in nature reserves, and they were getting shipped out to be back in the wild in Mongolia, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, I think they're probably up there with one of my favourites. It's really hard, like, out of all the animals in the world, to narrow it down. But yeah, they're pretty high up there for me. I'm sure I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah. Okay, next question. What sort of things do you make from your craft station besides your amazing hides? If you want to know what my craft station is, check out the video where I introduce my new pet room, and I think I include my craft station in that. It's just basically drawers full of crafts. So yeah, I make my hamster hides out of that. Also, I do fundraising for my friend's rescue, Austin's Hamster Rescue. So I keep all my craft stuff in there for that. I've got some Christmas stuff, I've got some Halloween stuff, and then I've just got like just general everyday craft kind of stuff. So that's what I've got in there. Top secret stuff, top secret. This question made me laugh. I thought random. Favourite movie genre? Off the top of my head, what do I like? I do like, I don't know. Romance, I guess. I like cheesy romance. And also like true stories turned into movies. I love those sort of things. And true crime. But that's not really a movie, but they're like more documentaries. You get some true crime movies too. But yeah, that's what I like. What made you decide to start your YouTube channel? Well, I think I was boring my friends on Facebook, sharing lots of videos of my hamster Luna. And then I was also following two great Canadian guys, YouTubers, Curiosity Inc. and Joshua Alexander. And I think they were just talking about like, if you want to do a YouTube channel, just do it, just start. So I thought, okay. And I just stuck a couple of cute, silly little videos up of Luna. And then somebody found me that weekend and said, oh, my hamster's called Luna too. I don't know if that girl still watches me. Millie, shout out to Millie. I know you are my first non-family member subscriber. Yay to Millie. I remember you. And yeah, and then I was just kind of hooked, and the rest is history. Actually, I do want to say two of the surprising things about having a YouTube channel is the friends that you make. I just never thought that would happen. And also The other thing for me was I just started off showing cute clips of Luna, and I did this one video about, like, I called it Hamster Prison or something, because I was just so in shock about the cage that Luna had come from. But I wanted to raise awareness, so on my birthday I asked my friends to just share this video, and that was all I asked for. That's what I wanted for my birthday, was to try and raise awareness. And from that I then started, as I was learning, I started sharing what I was learning about hamster care, and yeah, and that's kind of, I didn't think I'd do videos like that, but yeah, it's kind of morphed into, I still have my cute videos, but I do still try, I do reviews and try and help educate people, but I'm not, it's just from what I learn. I'm not an expert, as it were. I just share what I've learned on my journey with my hamsters. So, and some of you seem to like that, so that's all cool. So, back to another random question. What's your favourite food treats? Is this for me or the hamsters? Let's go for it. This for the hamsters. I think Comet's is probably mealworms, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. He'll do anything for them. Moonbeams is probably flax shoots that I grow, or my mum grows. She loves broccoli. Anything that's green, fresh veggies, she tends to like. And then what do I like? Well, because of my chronic illness, I can't really eat all my favourite foods, treats. I do know the one food that I 100% miss the most is tomatoes. And I don't actually like tomatoes really on their own, but when they're in sauces or soups or in meals added to things, I really just miss tomatoes. So that's up there with favourite food that I can't eat. Treats, I'm like gluten-free, dairy-free, so anything that falls into that category, I don't know. I guess chocolate, but chocolate makes me ill, so yeah, not great. I don't know if I really answered that, but yeah, I get very excited over food. I'm very much a foodie, but I just can't eat a lot of it anymore, so yeah, which is a shame, but that's what it is. What's my thought on zoos? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I got to see the Przewalski horses, so I was lucky enough to see them in the nature reserves, but I also got to see them in the zoos, and when they were just stood on concrete. And trust me when I say this, there is a big difference to the quality of their lives. So whilst I think there is a place for zoos and conservation, I don't really like zoos because they can vary so much. You can have a zoo that's like crappy enclosures and not so good, and then you can have another zoo that's quite good with their enclosures, but I just want all the animals to be wild and free and not endangered, bless them. If only the world was a perfect place and all the animals could live happily ever after. What animals do I want to own in the future? I think we've covered that. Dogs. I'll be happy with a dog. Just give me a dog now. What other animals have you owned in the past, if any? I've had a budgie, dogs, other hamsters, guinea pigs, goldfish, koi carp in the garden. We had quite a big pond in the garden with koi in. How old are Moonbeam and Comet? Actually, they're both about the same age, 1 year and 9 months old. Comet was born August 2020 and he went to the rescue when he was a few weeks old. And Moonbeam, I adopted her when she was a year old in August 2021. And so, yeah, and I've had her 9 months, so that makes them both a year and 9 months. This one made me laugh. What year was you born? You don't have to say or use this. I'm probably not going to tell you what year I was born, but I'll probably narrow it down to a decade. So let's say the 1970s. And now you're all going to think I'm really old. I'm young at heart. That's all I'll say. What's your favourite photos of the hamsters? I'll show them here, one by one, starting off with Luna. Then we have Star, Sunny, Twinkle, Comet, and Moonbeam. What's your favourite YouTube video you have made and why? I would say it'd have to be anything that I do to do with recycling, because I am a big advocate, or I like to think I'm a big advocate for showing how it doesn't have to cost a fortune to add enrichment and give your hamsters a good life. A lot of stuff can be done for free, or it can be done for very little cost. I would also say the video I did recently on hamster colonies is something, it's probably not my favourite, but it's something I'm really proud of because it's not my normal type of video. It took a lot of my energy to do this video, researching it and putting it all together, but it was just something that was going on in the hamster community and I really felt like I needed to speak out about it, and because it's just not on. So yeah, I'm probably really proud of that video. Which hamster is the tidiest? They're both about the same. I don't think they're really messy. Moonbeam was when she was younger. She used to systematically go around. If you had anything hanging up in her cage, she would systematically go around and just chew it down. I don't know if that's classed as messy. I will say she's the stinkiest hamster. Have you always adopted your hamsters? Yes, I have. Apart from one, the second hamster I had when I was a teenager, I bought that hamster, but all of the hamsters have been adopted or rescued. So, yeah. What's your hamster routine every day stroke night? Well, when I get up in the morning, I always go check on the hamsters first thing. If I'm lucky, I get to see Moonbeam sometimes. I can tell if I'm going to get to see her because when she goes to bed for the whole day, she barricades herself into a hide. So she hasn't barricaded herself in yet. I know that she'll be popping out for maybe a drink and some food. So that's really cute. I like seeing it then. Comet's up and about during the day often, quick spin on his wheel, foraging around for food. I've got the ham cam centred on his cage, so that goes off and I know that he's up, so then I can rush through to see him because I just love seeing him when he's out and about. Then in the evening, I'm lucky if Moonbeam is up about 10:30. In the winter time, both Hare and Comet wouldn't get up till like on midnight, 1 o'clock. So that's not great. So when Moonbeam's up, I often more or less put her in her run most nights. Since we moved in March, I've not really got her a free roam area set up safely yet. So sometimes she can go my hallway, that's safe for her to run around, but most times she'll be in her run on the night chewing things. Like in this video, this is exactly what she does. She chews things and scent marks things, and sometimes Comet will be up tootling around in his cage till he gets spooked and then disappears again because that's what he's like, bless him. I think this is the last question. Sweet or savoury person? Well, before my illness, I used to be quite a sweet person. I love chocolate and chocolate fudge cake. And now, these days, I seem to crave more savoury things like salted peanuts, crackers, crisps, popcorn, that sort of thing. Anyway, that's that done. This was quite fun to do. I hope you've enjoyed getting to know a bit more about me and my hamsters and what we get up to in our hamstery life. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.